Hey guys, what's up, how's it going? My name is Rob and welcome back once again for the channel. In today's video, I'll be giving you guys a weekly update like we usually do on my dividend-based portfolio and give you guys an update on the stocks I have and how we've been performing over the past little while since we first started the portfolio. We are now on week number 74, so we've been doing this for quite a while, but you know, we've kind of just been doing it on a regular basis every single week, putting a little bit of money inside the portfolio and slowly growing it over time. So, you know, we've been doing this for a while, but here we are, and it goes by faster than you guys might think. So the big things we're going to be focusing on in today's video is going to be the portfolio itself. The first thing we're going to do is I'll jump inside the portfolios. I'll give you guys an update on my Wealthsimple Trade dividend-based portfolio, and I'll show you guys how the stocks have been doing. Then I'll give you guys a quick little update on the holdings, and I'll show you guys what stocks I've been buying over the past couple days. And I'll give you guys an update on the dividend income, of course, since the whole point of building this portfolio is to eventually someday live off it to some degree, especially with all the dividend income that it will slowly grow over time. And towards the end of the video, if you guys stick around, I'll be doing an update on my Wealthsimple Invest portfolio. This is a portfolio I don't normally talk about in this channel that much, but some of you guys have been asking in the comments for an update on this, so I'll do that kind of update towards the end of the video, so stick around if you guys want to see that. And of course, guys, like usual, if you guys enjoy the video, please sure to give it a big thumbs up. It really helps out the channel. And if you guys want to follow along with me as we build up this Canadian-based portfolio, be sure to subscribe. And if you guys want some links to Wealthsimple Trade to take advantage of some of their offers and to support the channel, check out the links in the description of this video. All right, let's jump inside our portfolio and let's see how our stocks are doing. Alright guys, so the first thing I'm going to be talking about is going to be the update on the portfolio. So I'll try to get through this as quickly as possible, but we basically have two portfolios in Wealthsimple Trade that we started investing since January of 2020. We have the TFSA, which we recently are getting close to maxing out. I just have to do some quick calculations to figure out how much room I have extra and then stick that in there, but it's not very much. Then I have a personal account that we're building up over the past month or two, I think, or so, that we're putting all our free money into, and that makes a total of $32,000, $535 Wealthsimple Trade. And here are the two accounts here, as you guys can see. We have $29,000, $30,000 in the TFSA, and $2,500 in the personal account. So we'll go over the TFSA really quickly since it is the bigger, longer term account, and then we'll go over the personal account in just a second, but they pretty much almost have the same holdings. I'm just basically going to bring the TFSA into the personal account, and then over time I'll be buying newer stocks or some different stocks here and there inside the personal account as I see fit. But for now, we're just kind of buying mostly the same stocks and kind of mimicking the same portfolio. So the TFSA over the past day is up $164, which is 1%, so a nice little increase in the stock market. I think the past couple days have were a bit of a dip, so we see that nice little rebound over the past week. As I just mentioned, we've seen a nice little dip over the past week, and we're trying to see maybe a little bit of recovery, so it's kind of flatlined with a little bit of gain over the past week. In the past month, we're up 2%, which is $87, $500 in the past 2 months. Not crazy amounts of gains, but like we've seen most of the gains at the beginning of this year. As you guys can see, over the past 3 months, we're up 2,422. So just over 1 month, we got a 7% gain. 7% gain just because we had our money in the market. So, you know, anybody who tries to time stocks or anything like that, I always will tell you guys, you can never predict when the market's going to go up or when we're going to see those big periods. So timing the market beats trying to time the market, right? So if I didn't have that money in the market, I wouldn't have got that 7% gain, and that's just kind of the way it works in a lot of cases. Our overall return is up 15%, almost 4,000. I think that's actually the highest this account has been. And we are starting to get some more dividend income for this month, so that's pretty cool. And all times at the TFSA, we're up 14%. So the TFSA has performed pretty good. And keep in mind, we have been investing pretty aggressively into it. So those returns are kind of pushed down a little bit, but we should see them grow over the next year quite a bit. And if we head on over to the personal account, we have $2,550. And you guys can see this count is kind of more a reflection of what's happening in the current market because we just started investing into it. So over the past day, it's down -2%. Over the past week, it's down -5%. So we can actually see that dip here in this portfolio. The past week is pushed down 5%. And over the past month, we're up 3%. So once again, a little bit of a gain at the start of the month. But it looks like we're actually recovering quite a bit actually. Over the past 3 months, we're up 3%, which is $75. It is a lot less when you're dealing with a lot less money, and all time it should be the same 3%. So we see we've been growing the portfolio and we got a bit of a dips, but overall this portfolio is actually up 3%. It's pretty cool. I'm actually surprised about that, but we can see there's a lot of things going on in the market. So the personal account here, just give you guys a quick little update here. Here are the stocks we hold inside the account, and I did buy some new stocks. I'll talk about that in a second. But the main stock I think we bought in the last video was Algonquin Compound Utilities, so a really good growth-based utility stock. It's been performing pretty much. You see most of these stocks, there's no big gains, there's no big losses because once again they need time in the market to either decrease and then grow over time. So they're kind of just sitting at that 0%, maybe negative, maybe a little bit positive depending on the stock. The next one we have is Manulife. This is down -3%. They had a bit of a dip over the past week or so, I even seen that in my main account, but it's still up quite a bit. Then we have TD, which is my favorite bank account, actually up 3%. So TD has actually been having a nice little increase over the past little while, as well as most Canadian stocks actually have experienced that as well. Now VDY is the main ETF we've been buying, up 1.9%. So once again, pretty good increase in a lot of these finance and the bank stocks, I think, is what's kind of pushing that up. Also some stocks like Enbridge and whatnot are also having that little gain happen there. And then the one ETF I bought, which was the new one I have in this portfolio, but I have tons of shares in my TFSA, is VFV. And this is just my exposure to the US market, because it's important to get some exposure at least to US stocks. And this is also where a lot of the growth of the portfolio comes. You know, a lot of the other stocks hold their Canadian growth-based dividend stocks, but this VFV is more specifically a growth-based ETF, and I will be adding it inside the portfolio, and that's what I bought, and I've kind of been focusing on. Other than that, guys, I've just been buying more shares of these stocks, and that's kind of what I'm going to be doing over the next couple days, and probably going into next week as well. And I might add one more stock probably at the beginning of next week. And because this is a dividend-based portfolio, I think it's really important to talk about the dividend income, and that's kind of the goal of the portfolio, is to eventually, to some degree, you know, live off my dividends. And I'm trying to kind of experiment with that right now, here and there, just like the little things. But somebody asked me in a previous video, how do I see the dividends or sort them on Wealthsimple Trade? So if you go in your account here and you go to the activity tab at the top here, click the activity tab, and then what you guys can do is you want to select all your accounts here, and then when it says by the different activity types, uncheck this all box, and then go to the dividend box, check that, and it should show you now you've sorted it all just by dividends that you got from all your different portfolios, and you can sort it from different portfolios if you want as well. So over the past couple days, the only dividends we got from May was from H&R REIT, $7 dividend from H&R REIT, a big TD dividend April 30th towards the end of the month, $23 from TD. That was pretty cool. R&W gave us a dividend, Shaw Communications, and then Algonquin Power and Utilities. This is going towards the beginning of April, but as you guys can see, only one dividend so far for May, but we've added that inside that spreadsheet, and I'll show you guys how much dividend income the portfolio has actually made in total since we first started investing. And once again, guys, I always like to do these updates just to show you guys it's so important to see the dividend income grow over time. So this is the dividend investing case study, and basically what I do is I track the dividend income, as a lot of you guys know, and here's how the dividend income has really grown over time inside the portfolio. So in the beginning, we were making a couple bucks. It wasn't a lot of money, but keep in mind, I have been aggressively growing this portfolio, basically throwing everything, even the kitchen sink at this portfolio to help it grow, and put every little fair bit of cash I have. And we are reinvesting the dividends, of course, because that helps that compound income grow. And you can see here, since we've kind of just been growing the portfolio, at the end of April, we had $100 in dividends, which is a huge high for the channel. We probably won't hit that this month, but you guys can see here that, you know, that I'll kind of scroll down here a bit so you guys can see and zoom out a little bit. But you guys can see here that let's say, you know, you're reinvesting your money. Now, all of a sudden in April, we had an extra $100 that we reinvest inside the portfolio, and that money is going to keep growing. And that's basically how dividend investing works. So once you start to get that dividend income going, you can choose to spend it if you want, but if you reinvest it, you really get that compound growth if you can, and I encourage you guys to do that. So as you guys can see, you know, the dividend income has just exceptionally been growing over the past couple months, and it's been doing really well. And our total dividend income inside the portfolio is $536. That's our total dividend income inside the portfolio that we made since we first started investing. Like I mentioned, it's not that much right now, but over time, as you guys can see, if we made $100 last month, this is going to grow quite a bit. Like, it's kind of like there's a bit of a lag, but once it gets growing, it really starts to get going. And here underneath here is my expenses sheet. This is kind of what I've been kind of pretending to live off my dividend income. I'm not going to really get into that today, and I will make this spreadsheet available for you guys to download and see at some point in time, maybe in the next video. But I just wanted to give you guys a quick little update on the dividend income inside the portfolio. Alright guys, so we got to the point in the video where I'm going to give you guys an update on my Wealthsimple Invest portfolio. So if you guys are brand new and you guys don't know kind of how this has been working, the Wealthsimple Invest portfolio is a robo-advisor that I've been using for the past couple years. When I first got started investing in 2019, you know, I really focused on a robo-advisor because I didn't really know what I was doing, and I went with Wealthsimple Invest, and I've kind of had this portfolio in the background doing its own thing. I haven't put really any money into it over the past year or so. It's just kind of been sitting there. It's a nice little fun with a bunch of diversification into different ETFs that Wealthsimple Trade Wealthsimple Invest, manages for me. So we'll jump inside the portfolio. I'll give you guys just a quick little update on it so you guys can see how it's performed, and then we'll kind of end the video from there. And last but not least, guys, I want to give you guys a quick little update on the Wealthsimple Invest portfolio, because this is a really cool portfolio for anybody who wants to go down the robo-advisor route, which is really beneficial for a lot of people. If you have no interest in investing or you don't want to get into stocks, you can go with a robo-advisor and you can get some pretty good returns, as you guys will see here. We first started this Wealthsimple Invest, and this is I think the high growth, the risk level 10 with Wealthsimple Trade. I think the highest growth one you could get. I'm pretty sure that's what this portfolio is. We started it in 2019, and about March of 2019, as you guys can see, I put all my savings, which was about, I want to say about $12,000 or so into this account, and I've just been slowly growing it over time. And you guys can see the portfolio total is $56,000, up 8,367. So here's some info about the account, and you guys can see here, like, I haven't put any money in this account for a long time, but the portfolio over the past month is kind of sitting flatlining. Over the past 3 months, we've seen a little bit of growth, like I said, going from all the way down to 53,000 up to 57. So there's some pretty big gaps inside this portfolio. Obviously it moves with the market, and over the past year we can see just, you know, even though with the pandemic and everything, the portfolio has grown quite a bit. But keep in mind, I haven't been putting any money inside this account, so it's not growing as fast as my other ones, as you guys can see. But you know, the portfolio at the end of the day is up. I'll show you guys the returns here. It's up. If I go simple percentage, simple return rate is 17.6%. So 17% gains over the course of 2021. I'd say about 2 years. Yeah, about 2 years. 2021 would be 2 years. And if you divide 17 by 2, it's like 7 point something percent. So 7 point something-ish percent return is not too shabby for a robo-advisor. Keep in mind, a lot of these stocks are diversified international stocks, and they just haven't recovered yet, like a lot of the US and Canadian stocks are doing. So if you go in the holdings, you guys can see here, VTI is up 30%, XEF 13%, EEMV, which is another international fund, is only at 1%. So some of these ETFs are a little bit more lag behind, and we should see that increase maybe this year or next year kind of thing. So this portfolio, even though it looks like it's been performing decent, I think over the next couple of years, once the pandemic recovery hits across all stocks and sectors and different nations and whatnot, we should see that kind of pull up overall. But you know, all the different ETFs are doing pretty good. Just some ones are really pushing it down here. You guys can see this hedge fund is up 41%, which has done really well. So you know, overall pretty happy with the account. But I just wanted to give you guys a quick little update because a few of you guys have mentioned to give an update on the Wealthsimple Invest portfolio. So there it is for you guys. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. If you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know in the comments, and I'll try to answer them. And what I'm going to start doing is every single video I do, I might take like somebody's comment and I might answer it in a video. So if you guys see somebody's comment or somebody asks a question you enjoy, give it a thumbs up so I can see. You guys can bring it to the top so I can see the questions you guys want me to answer. But other than that guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think, and take care, and have yourself a good weekend, and see you later.